Hey guys, and welcome to this video. And in today's video, I want to talk about finasteride side effects. And basically, this is a question I got a couple of days ago on my YouTube channel, below one of my videos, and it was about what to do if one has finasteride side effects or is concerned about finasteride side effects. And basically, the ways to kind of address it. And for you guys who are watching the channel for the first time, my name is Alex, and I'm having hair loss problem myself since I was 18 years old, but I was able to recover my own hair. I'm now 37 years old and I still have my hair. So in today's video, I want to basically focus on finasteride side effects, or if one is concerned about them and want to basically work around it and avoid getting them. And basically, when it comes to finasteride side effects, right, that is often a concern for guys who are considering finasteride, for example, or blocking DHT in general, right? And there are, of course, some who are very sensitive to addressing DHT angle, right? I personally have been taking finasteride myself for the last 14 years without any problems, without any side effects, but I can understand that some of you guys are concerned and even have side effects from it. And basically, if you kind of want to work around it, and what we need to understand is that there is always different pathways, right? One doesn't have to directly address DHT by blocking DHT with finasteride, right? One can find a different pathway and address DHT angle from a different way, right? And basically, one way would be basically to switch over to topical solution, like a topical DHT blocker. For example, topical finasteride would be one way. That could be one way to work around it. Other way basically would be to address this DHT angle with supplements, right, like pygium, salp-metal, for some nettles. And again, those supplements can work if the hair loss in the early stages of progression, right? Of course, if one is having a very aggressive hair loss, then it's mainly caused by DHT, then most likely those supplements won't have any effect at all, right? But if one is having early stages of hair loss and the hair loss itself possibly is not that aggressive, then addressing this problem with natural DHT blockers is a good option, right? And I have seen results for the guys who have had this kind of situation, and they have been able to get results with this approach, right? And of course, again, those kind of herbs, like salp-metal, for example, it can also be applied topically, right? So it doesn't have to be topical finasteride one applies on the scalp to block DHT. And other things that I could mention is also that one can work around it by striking the hair cycle itself. Right, basically, if you're striking your hair cycle itself, then it will also become less sensitive DHT. Right, that could be other option to address it. Another way one could do is basically by reducing 5R activity itself. Right, that also could be option to address basically this angle of hair loss and blocking DHT. Another option would be basically to address DHT indirectly, right? Basically by improving lifestyle. That could also be a possibility for you guys who are basically in early stages of the hair loss, right? Basically by removing any possible triggers, any possible things that can affect and cause additional increase in DHT activity. And other options that I can mention is basically to microdose finasteride, right? And again, for some it can work very well. Like I personally have been microdosing finasteride since I started back in 2008, and I've been taking 0.5 mg. And there are studies that also shows that even smaller amounts of finasteride can work, right? And basically if one, for example, is having side effects from 1 mg, then basically cutting it down to 0.5 or 0.25, and even lower amounts can also be an option to consider if one is having side effects from finasteride or is concerned about them, right? And usually those side effects from finasteride, they appear quite early in the journey, right? They usually appear either a couple days after one starts with finasteride or after first 4 weeks of taking it, right? And usually if there is no side effects in the beginning, then it's quite unlikely for the side effects to appear in the future, at least from my experience, right? And since I've been taking finasteride myself for the last 14 years. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video and see you next one. Cheers!